I'm here with the very famous Cloris Leachman. Thank you so much for spending time with us today.
You're very welcome.
Cloris, our readers are very interested in being the best they can be as women, and I was wondering if you could address any of your wisdom about being you, and you're so great at being you and just being out there and saying whatever you wish to say, and if there's any advice that you'd like to give to women.
You can't say just be yourself, because all of us are saying, who am I? Who am I? There is no who am I don't think. It's just how you're feeling. How are you feeling? And you should feel good. If you don't feel good, attend to it. Most of it, I think, is how you feed yourself, what you put in that hole, because it makes a huge difference in how you're feeling and your moods and everything. I think it's so crucial that people educate themselves about eating and the food they're using to heal themselves, to fuel themselves, to feed themselves. That's very crucial. Also, I like to take baths, so I'll get in the bathtub, and I just read today too that there was some study done that said you can literally shower, if you take a shower, wash your troubles away or change your outlook, all kinds of, that you can really wash away bad feelings. And I think that's true. I think that's why I love a really hot, good bath. Hot water isn't that good for your skin, but I just love it anyway, so I have it as hot as possible. And I was 45 minutes maybe. You could just be there, have the pleasure and the calmness and the softness and the heat. It's just so helpful. And be smart. Don't be stupid. If you make a dumb decision, know you made it. I made that decision for that. But make good decisions. Make good decisions. It's not that hard. And I never listened to other people who wanted to get me into drugs and drinking. Thank God. I think if you start drugs and everything when you're young, you have no referent for yourself. If you do get cleaned up, you don't know where to go, because there isn't any time when you knew yourself separate from drugs. So I would say stay out of that stuff. Really stay away from it. And if you're not happy, make some good decisions. I used to think when I was a little girl, if I'm not happy, I'll just go somewhere else. Well, you could, but be open to big ideas too, or little ideas. But each one can be crucial, and many of them are more crucial than we think, because you're building kind of a way of life. And especially when you're young, I think if you make good decisions, you'll get somewhere where you feel safe, whole, and optimistic. That's very crucial, that you feel, when you wake up in the morning, you don't feel frightened. That you feel, oh, this is a beautiful, lovely day. What shall I do with it? And always, always reward yourself. Make time for yourself. It doesn't have to be a long time or do anything special. Just, this is my time, either to take a bath or, and beauty is important to me. I think if you don't have much money at all, you could have one beautiful glass, one beautiful plate, one wonderful bed, one wonderful pillow. No, but it doesn't have to be a lot. You don't have to be rich to have those things. Everybody can do that. If you can't, then pay attention to what you should be doing and find out what you can do. Take lessons. Learn about everything. Especially, I think singing is a wonderful thing to be able to do when your voice is resonating in your chest and you're expressing some feeling in song. It's the most satisfying feeling to be able to do that. It's thrilling. Music to me is very important. I started with the piano when I was 7, and it changed my life. It made it all possible. All my acting is related to piano, which was classical piano. The rhythms, the voicings, the everything. How you enter, instead of going, you go, you know, I think that was my whole relationship with my father, playing the piano. He'd come home from work and sit in the sunroom. My mother was in the kitchen cooking dinner, and I'd be in the living room playing the piano, and I go, how was that, Daddy? Fine, dear. He was reading the newspaper. Fine, dear. He's going to pay attention to me. So I go, do the same thing again. How was that, Daddy? Excellent, dear. Whoa. So I learned something in trying to make him listen, trying to be so good that it would be worthy of listening to. Always had to be perfect. That doesn't mean I did everything. I did only the things that I could be perfect at. I knew I wouldn't be a good sports person, but I was good at the piano. I didn't even sing till I was in my 20s. Then I took some lessons from Mary Martin's teacher in New York, and in 2 years later I sang the lead in South Pacific on Broadway for 4 weeks special that Richard Rodgers arranged for me. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
So don't ever think you're too old or too poor or too untalented to do anything. You can do anything. And you can always get better at something that you're not good at or don't know anything about. Explore, explore, explore. And realize the wonders of it all. Everything, everybody, every person, every place. There's something to be found. That's my wisdom.
That was really wonderful wisdom. Thank you so much.